guys! Thanks for tuning in. I'm Rosie of Rosie's Greenery. I am a plantita from Quezon City, Philippines. Welcome to my channel. Thanks everyone for all the support that I've been receiving for the past month. I am overwhelmed by your support, so really, thank you so much. Puso para sa inyo! Also, thank you for those who joined my second giveaway on my Instagram account. Thank you for sharing your plant stories. I love reading them. I'm really sorry hindi lang ako makareply sa lahat, but I assure you I've read all of your plant stories. So for today's episode, I'm going to share with you some techniques that I do in terms of watering my plants. These are beginner-friendly techniques. So I'm gonna share with you my learnings and experience in watering my houseplants. But before I continue, please do follow my social media accounts. I have my Instagram and Facebook accounts, links below. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do so and hit that bell icon. So the how and when I water my houseplants depends on the light condition, temperature, weather conditions, and also depends on the medium or substrate they're sitting in. So I'm gonna walk you through on how to determine whether your plants need watering or not, and how to properly water your plants. Before I go over on each of the techniques, do note that we have different conditions at home, so you still have to weigh in whether these techniques are applicable to you or not. But you may choose to use them as guidelines to start with. Well, overall, you'll have to use your finger or your fingers. You'll have to touch and feel the soil if it's dry or not. If it feels cold or moist, well, leave it for another day or two before watering your plant. This one feels dry, so I'm gonna have to water this one. Well, letting your plants dry out between waterings promotes root growth for your plants, kasi the roots will be forced to reach out for more moisture. But don't let them sit dry for too long, okay? But if you're still not sure on how to tell whether your plant needs water or not, well, take a good look at your plant. If your plant looks droopy or their leaves are curled down, it means they are underwatered or they were exposed to excessive heat. All you have to do is just give them water. It's been only 30 minutes since I watered her. Look at her, she's all perky and happy again. If you're still unable to tell whether your plant needs water or not, then you have to buy this one. You need this. Wow. This is the moisture meter. As you could see, it should tell you if it's dry, moist, or wet. Okay? Before using this one, you have to make sure this is clean and dry before using it. I got this one from Shopee or Lazada. It's very affordable. So I'm gonna show you how this one works. I'll use it on my Safe-Free palm. Kakaunan lang. And obviously, this should be wet. So, itusok nyo lang siya. Okay, there you go. It says wet. Okay, hanap tayo ng dry. I have here my snake plant. I water this guy every 10 days. So, napunasan ko na tong moisture meter ko. And let's see what it should tell us. Okay, it's already on the dry side. But I'm not gonna water her yet. Maybe after a couple of days pa, since matibay naman si snake plant and I don't want to overwater her. So that's how it works, guys, for this moisture meter. Wow. Water your plants early in the morning or late in the evening. Kasi your soil has cooler temperature during the night and early in the morning. So less water will evaporate than the warmer soil in the middle of the day. That way, your plants will still have enough water supply for the next day's warmer temperature. Your watering should also depend on the weather conditions. Warmer and sunny days gets your substrate or your soil dry out faster compared to colder and rainy days. Okay? Water less often but thoroughly. Meaning, water your plants at least once a week, but making sure all the roots gets watered. So water your plant until water leaks out of the bottom hole of your pot. Then let your plant roots drink up all those liquid within the next few days until you need to water it again. So you may use a plate or tray to catch all those liquid coming out of your pot. But if you're the type of plant parent like me who loves getting their hands wet and tends to water their plants more often, try to do light watering. Meaning, water your plants in a small amount, just enough to keep moisture or add humidity. Your watering should also depend on the light conditions you give your plants. So the plant sitting next to your window that gets filtered sunlight, which also gets better airflow, may need to be watered more often compared to the plant sitting to the farthest corner of your home with no windows and has poor airflow. Your watering should also depend on your soil or the medium or substrate you're using, and the amount of it. There are some types of soil that dries out faster than the others, and some can hold moisture, which could keep your plants moist for a longer time. For example, here's my Monstera deliciosa and my Monstera Thigh Constellation. Both should just have the same care requirements, but they each have a different medium. I water my Monstera deliciosa every 2 to 3 days as her medium is fast draining, versus my Thigh Constellation, which I water every 5 to 6 days as her medium retains moisture. So some commonly used substrate that holds moisture includes rice hull or yung ipa or yung pinagbalatan ng bigas, carbonized rice hull or yung sunog na ipa, and cocoa peat or yung powderized baon ng nyog, and also the cocoa husk chips. The pots you use may also affect your watering techniques.
So this is my golden pothos and my neon pothos. Both of them, they just have the same care requirement. However, look at this one, seems like she's still okay, no need to water her yet. For this neon pothos, just look at her, she already looks droopy. Obviously, she needs to be watered right away. Reason is, she's in a hanging pot, so I have her hanging, and look at her bottom, it is exposed and it gets a lot of strong wind. She dries out faster compared to this one. That's why I need to water this more often compared to my golden pothos. So this is the massive pot of my ZZ plant. Look how deep it is. And when I repotted her earlier, yung half part niya tuyo, but look at below there. Look at the bottom part. Basa pa. So you'll have to be careful kapag big and deep yung pot nyo. Chances are moist pa yung ilalim na part. So these are my two propagated aglaonemas. They both have the same medium but different type of pots. This one is on a clay pot and then the other is on a plastic pot. So I watered them at the same time the other day, and this one already feels dry compared to this one. Reason is your clay pot, they absorb moisture, while the plastic pot, they retain moisture, so you don't have to water her often. Gets?
When you water your plants, make sure you distribute the water around the substrate and not just focus on one area. If you water only on one side, only this side will have a proper root growth. But when you water all over and has equal distribution of water, this will encourage proper nutrient absorption on all your plant's root system. When you water your plants, I prefer using the long snout containers because it's less messy and you could easily control the amount of water you're giving your plant, plus it prevents you from watering the leaves. Take advantage of the rainwater. It's the best type of water you could use for your plants. As for me, I make sure I move my plants where they can enjoy rain showers once or twice a week. And I also collect rainwater, which I use to water my plants for the next few days.
So this is all rainwater which I collected from last night. Rainwater contains beneficial nutrients for your plants. That's why they are better than tap water.
Bottom watering your plants is also another technique. You can also do this technique if you're not sure how to tell when to water your plants. But from experience, this is only applicable to plants in nursery pots which has lots of holes at the bottom. Kasi yung clay pots ko, they crack after some time when I keep them sitting in water for a long time. So you can do bottom watering by adding tray or plate with pebbles or rocks and fill it up with water. So you leave your plant for a few days and you let your plant drink up all the water. Then just refill your tray with water when it becomes dry.
Look, kanina umaga ko lang ito nirefillan ng water. Pero paubos na agad. That's bottom watering.
And I also use this process to my calatheas to add more humidity. Humidity is the amount of water vapor in the air, so we really cannot see it. If there is a lot of water vapor in the air, the humidity is high. The higher the humidity, the wetter it feels.
It's the humidity!
So how to tell if the humidity in your place is high or not? Well, you could have this. So this is my hygrometer or humidity meter. So currently umaambon sa labas. That's why my humidity is at 70%. Well, mura lang to. You can get this online from either Lazada or Shopee. It should just be less than 300 or 400 pesos. For indoor plants, ideal humidity is between 50 to 60%. But for my calatheas and my humidity-loving plants, I try to achieve keeping their spot with more than 60% humidity. So I place 2 humidifiers to give them high humidity. So weather conditions also affect humidity. Last summer, the month of April, the humidity was as low as 38% to 43%. So I always had to turn on my humidifiers and even hose down the floor in our shaded roof deck, which helps bring up the humidity for another 10 to 15%.
So humidity is now up to 58%.
Well, based from experience, spraying or misting your plant a lot helps. A lot, okay? Not just once or twice a day during summer. Nagkakalya pa ako sa kamay last summer kasi I missed my plants like 3 to 4 times a day during summer. But sometimes I just hose down the floor with water. So anyways, misting your plant once in a day doesn't help. Lalo na pag dry season kasi it will just dry out fast. It won't help and it would even encourage fungal disease on your plants. And I don't recommend misting your velvety leaves like your philodendron micans, your alocasia frydek, your gloriosum. And from experience, when I mist them, they only develop that powdery white thing on their leaves, which is a fungal infection. Well, I only spray the leaves of my plants which have those glossy texture, like the sensation plant And my fortune plants, based from experience, they never had those fungal disease, so they should be okay. So the best way to keep high humidity for your plants, try to group your plants together. That way, humidity level in their spot will be contained. And also the best way to have high humidity, try to put your plants on trays with pebbles and water, especially your high humidity loving plants. So I only use tap water and rainwater all the time. I really cannot vouch for using distilled drinking water for your calatheas because I tried them before, but they were still getting those brown tips. So I'm not really sure, but based from your experience, let me know, comment below if drinking water or distilled water works for your plants. So yeah, those are all the watering techniques I could share with you. I hope you guys learned something new. If you guys have any other watering techniques that you could share, please leave them as a comment down below. Also, just continue sending me your messages and other comments. I love reading them, and I try to answer all your comments and questions as much as possible. Like your questions on plant names, just continue sending them to me. I try to answer them as much as possible because, you know, I also learn from you guys, and you know, this plant community is also about helping each other and learning from each other based from experience. So if you like this video, please hit on like, and also do not forget to hit that subscribe button and hit that bell icon so you would know once I upload a new video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye, yours!